Although it is not their best-known collaboration, the Brad Pitt and George Clooney movie Burn After Reading recently arrived on Netflix, and it's one of the pair's most underrated projects. Brad Pitt and George Clooney have appeared in a string of movies together throughout their screen careers, including 3 outings of the Ocean's 11 franchise. The pair will soon team up again for the exciting action comedy Wolves, a buddy comedy about 2 lone wolf fixers who struggle to work together when they are hired for the same job. This makes the timing of one of Netflix's new arrivals perfect. Pitt and Clooney's history of screen collaborations began in 2001 with Ocean's 11, a remake of 1960s Rat Pack crime comedy caper of the same name. Before the duo reunited for 2005 sequel Ocean's 12, Pitt and Clooney collaborated again on 2002's satirical thriller Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. This Sam Rockwell vehicle was written and directed by Clooney, who starred in the movie and gave Pitt a small role. The duo graced the screen again in 2007's Ocean's 13 and had one other collaboration before both stars played small roles in John Krasinski's 2024 fantasy comedy If. Burn After Reading is now on Netflix. Why it's an underrated Pitt and Clooney movie. Clooney and Pitt's pitch black satirical comedy wasn't appreciated upon release. 2008's Burn After Reading is not only a great showcase for Pitt and Clooney's superb comedic timing, but also one of the sharpest political satires of the new millennium. Since the blackly comic thriller was released only a year after the deservedly acclaimed No Country for Old Men, Burn After Reading never gained the same critical attention as some of the best Coen brothers movies. However, the scathing satire is overdue a reappraisal. With a starry cast that includes Frances McDormand, John Malkovich, J.K. Simmons, Tilda Swinton, and Richard Jenkins, Burn After Reading is an underrated gem. The plot follows a pair of gym workers who attempt to profit off a bitter former CIA analyst's memoirs when they mistake his first draft for priceless political intel. This results in an increasingly silly, bloody shaggy dog story that makes a perfect companion piece to No Country for Old Men. Burn After Reading's acerbic satirical critique of the American intelligence community wasn't appreciated upon release, possibly due to the many lazy satire movies that flooded multiplexes after the invasion of Iraq. This is a shame since Burn After Reading is a pointed piece of political commentary that has only gotten better with age. Why now is a great time to watch Brad Pitt and George Clooney in Burn After Reading. The upcoming release of Wolves makes a Burn After Reading rewatch necessary. George Clooney and Brad Pitt shooting guns in Wolves. Since the upcoming Ocean's 11 prequel won't feature Clooney or Pitt, there is no better time for viewers to revisit Burn After Reading. Judging by its trailer, 2024's Wolves will be a funnier, less brutal comedy that leans into action, whereas the Coen brothers' effort was more interested in paranoid satire. While Wolves looks like a lot of fun, viewers who want to see the darker side of Pitt and Clooney's shared sense of humor will need to seek out this underrated effort instead. Those who do watch Burn After Reading will be rewarded with one of Brad Pitt and George Clooney's best-kept secrets. What is Wolves? Brad Pitt and George Clooney's new movie explained. Wolves is an action comedy from the two iconic stars. 2024's upcoming Wolves traffics in some of the same themes as Burn After Reading, with a plot that centers on a mix-up involving high-profile career criminals. However, where Burn After Reading was a dark satire, Wolves is a playful action comedy by director Jon Watts. Best known for helming the MCU's Spider-Man trilogy, Watts hasn't returned to the big screen since 2021's massive success Spider-Man: No Way Home. Wolves tells the story of 2 professional fixers who struggle to work together on the same cleanup job, only to become embroiled in increasingly convoluted gangland power struggles as the plot progresses. Judging by the trailer, the biggest problem that Pitt and Clooney's 2 fixers face is Austin Abrams' inconvenient young tag-along. While many of Pitt's upcoming movies are more self-serious, the trailer for Wolves makes it clear that the 2 hardened anti-heroes will spend much of the story ferrying around a young goofball who has gotten caught up in the movie's drug-slash-crime-centric storyline. Watts' movie looks set to contrast the mismatched character comedy between Pitt, Clooney, and their young charge with brutal shootouts, fast-paced car chases, and violent confrontations with criminals hunting the movie's heroes.